everyone, Bear64 here, back again with the Gaming Den. Been a week, but Discord is actually working. How's everyone doing? I'm doing good. I'm alone at the moment. I'm just waiting for my friend, Jet Sparks, my co-host. And we're going to be discussing Fanboys. I was hoping I was able to do it last week, but Streamlabs had to be a big old meanie. Anyways. Oh, shit. So, besides that, I have a bit of a story that just happened before streaming. So, after I got done taking a shower from work, my mom tells me, hey, someone stole the package you sent your sister. And this, she had a picture of, the proof of shipment, right? And it looked terrible, and it was super believable. And I had this whole I was throwing a rage fit. I'm not gonna lie, I was talking like a sailor, probably worse than a sailor. And for good probably 5 minutes, we thought that this UPS driver stole the package. Thankfully, turns out my mom sent a package around the same time that was actually arriving yesterday. It arrived yesterday at the same time as my package, which was actually supposed to come in today. And so there was a bit of a confusion. So thankfully, no one actually stole the package. And we let her open the gift, and she loved it. It was the GameCube that I got her with, hey, beware of porch pirates. It wasn't even a porch pirate. It was just a UPS driver. I don't know. That's crazy. But yeah, it was an episode. My sister loved that she got a GameCube now. I got it. It came with a controller. I gave her my Wavebird, and I got her Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Pikmin 1, and Luigi's Mansion. Well, no, my folks got her Luigi's Mansion. So yeah, it was quite something. It was quite an episode right before streaming. I was like, now I don't even feel like streaming. I didn't feel like it. That I was just emotionally distraught. And then my mom thought of that little scenario, and it was like, oh, okay. Thank you for giving me a heart attack. Because I put in work to that gift. I wrapped the box. I wrapped the lid that goes on top of the box. And then, I'm not kidding. I foamed the shit out of that box to make sure that GameCube gets there safe. So, yeah. There you go. My mom comes in and is like, you know what? We're going to call this a Christmas GameCube saga. I was like, you know what? That fits. That straight up fits. It's kind of like it was funny. One time for Christmas, my folks and I went to Waffle House. Of course, Waffle House is open during Christmas. And after we had our Christmas waffles, we were going home, and we hear something behind us. We're like, oh shit. And then all of a sudden, we see someone bolting out. It was a hit and run right behind us. We didn't get hit, but the people behind us got hit. So my dad goes, you know what? Let's chase this fucker. So we went on a straight up chase to this, following this guy, and get his address and whatnot and report him to the police. because no one's getting a hit and run on Christmas and getting away with it. So we went back to the people. We're like, hey, we called the cops, and we let them know that the address and what the car was. Yeah, the car was like, it was smoking too. They were trying to hide the car too. Yeah, it was crazy. That's a fun Christmas story. I'm glad I get to tell finally. Unless I did tell it like some other time. And I just forgot. It's like, you can't make this shit up. I mean, I do live in Florida, so it's bound to happen. Oh. Man, what other Christmas stories I got? Huh. I don't really have that many Christmas stories. I mean, like, this is, like, I want to say 2010. Let's see, 2000, Christmas of 2009 or 2010. My sister and I got the Wii, and we were stoked, right? Like, finally we get the Wii, like, after so many years. And my mom got me Mario Galaxy and my sister Drawn to Life. So it's like, I boot up Mario Galaxy. I'm the one that like hooked it up and everything. My sister's like, hey, see, hold on, I got a couple messages from my co-host. See, ready? Just send me the call again, please. I already sent it to you on Discord. Ah, okay. My apologies, Jet. I forgot that it timed out. Jet Sparks has arrived for the discussion.
Sorry. Jeez, that was really loud. My headphones were up too loud.
Oh, my bad.
But yeah, no, that's on my end. But yeah, I'm here. Sorry. Just, boy, something I also forgot to do when I was trying to cook that beef stew. I didn't have any mix for it. I used up one of the spare packets I already had. I already used. Make more leftovers. Well, still go out and try to get some more tomorrow. And it's like maybe like $1 for the mix. But yeah,
God bless leftovers.
But yeah, we're talking about fanboys tonight, right?
Yeah, we're still talking about fanboys because it was like, it kind of goes hand in hand with the Game Awards. Like, especially like the result after the results, like the salt is amazing, especially last year when Elden Ring won. But
yeah, I know but I know all the Soulsborne fans are obviously very, very happy. In fact, I think when I was watching a little bit of Pop Culture Crisis earlier today, yeah, it was that same sort of like mentality you get with like sports. You still even though you know your team probably sucks, you still root for them no matter what.
are you saying that From Software sucks?
What?
It sounded like you're saying From Software sucks, and you're talking to a From Software fan.
Dude, no,
I took it wrong.
What? Okay, you know, sometimes I'm starting to think Discord's not really picking up what I'm saying to you, right?
No, I'm just stupid.
No, I said it's the same sort of mentality when it comes to sports. Same thing with like how people try to root for the consoles, or somebody's constantly shilling for one of these gaming companies, like either From Software, Insomniac, EA. Which again, I'm surprised why you would actually like completely like bend the knee for those.
I would say Microsoft is probably the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, everyone seems to want to root on them. Everyone always seems to want to just rip into them all the time.
I mean, the Xbox fanboys were ridiculous, just like about fucking Starfield not getting nominated for Game of the Year. It was like they came out with something called an was it Xbox tax? It was like, no, how about they make a actually good game? or
Yeah, and
publish a good game.
once again, it's ironic with all this stuff, with all these acquisitions they're getting, and now we got like all the stuff. Like now we got games are getting more expensive, and now we're hearing talks that now games are going to be $100 a pop.
What's the source on that one?
I think the source might have been from Clownfish Games, and I know another source I saw. Well, again, I'm pretty sure take what you will with this guy with a grain of salt. Dreamcast guy. I don't
Oh
really.
yeah, definitely don't ever listen to Dreamcast guy. That guy's a hack. And also, what's up, Killzone?
Yeah, but like I said though, that is it's really like ridiculous that gaming is the thing is gaming is gonna be another thing that's gonna fall to the wayside, just like everything else in our modern society. People are just gonna pick up new trends or just like just go back, maybe just crazily enough go back to older stuff. Like I think retro gaming is gonna pick up a lot more in the future.
I
Maybe.
think if like games were to actually go for $100 for the standard edition, we need to like just say no, not buy anything, and just
Yeah,
stick with our
yeah,
games.
yes, but you really need to understand how powerful the FOMO effect is.
The
It
FOMO
and it
effect.
FOMO, fear of missing
Oh,
out.
fear. Okay, yeah, I actually get that once in a while, especially when it's like a rare game at the game store I go to. Like I picked up Mario Party 5. It's hard to find, and I actually got the Blockbuster case with it. Like it's like they take out the box art out of the real case, and then like they put it in their own where it like feels a little different. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's the
like
exact same thing.
I waited like a year and a half. They get Mario Party 5. They come up.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that one. That whole point is that gaming is getting far too expensive. I know I saw like the new PS5. I'm talking about the smaller discless one.
Oh, okay, the PS5 Slim.
And the one that has the discless drive. I
The
mean, again,
fucking design that should have been in the first place instead of the behemoth that we got.
yeah, it was too big. I mean, at least the older the launch model PS4, it's sleek, it's sexy. It's
Instead
really
we got
good with
Kaiba's jacket.
Kaiba's jacket. I mean, the same thing. I mean, the newer PS4 models like the Slim and the Pro, it's like the rounded angles just doesn't look
The
very good.
it is probably the ugliest console like PlayStation has ever come up with. Although the PS4 Pro looks like a fucking sandwich
Yeah,
because it has
it
like three
basically.
layers.
Yeah, exactly. There's really no point. It's like ridiculous. Like I said, I'm still using the basic launch model PS4, and even then, I think some games. I think it's some probably some older games. I mean, heck, when I play GTA 5 recently, it just like it struggles to play. But I haven't like touched it in the last couple days since. Well, now my PS Plus has run out because again, just for the lowest tier, it's $80 for just the low end essential tier, which I do not understand why they were gonna go with these tier systems
I don't know. Well, it was because they wanted to go against Microsoft with
with
the
Game Pass.
yeah, Game
Essentially.
Pass, which they still screwed up. Like it's a terrible service. Maybe for like the was it like the second tier, the extra tier? That okay, that's fine. But having the like stream PS3 games is so stupid.
It's been that way even before they introduced the tier system. PS Now was like it was very painful, but then again, like the cell architecture of the PlayStation 4 of the PlayStation 3 was very ridiculous, and I mean some developers had a hard time dealing with it. And even Gabe Newell of Valve, as I've said numerous times, talking about these consoles, is that it was an absolute nightmare to develop for. I mean, look at how badly initially the games like the Orange Box ran on PS3, and it took people to try to hack the game's code to try to make it run better. When you know the fans are trying to make this game work on console, you know you guys really
Screwed up.
screwed up, and you don't, and even then you don't even care because Gabe Newell basically hates consoles. He's more content.
Oh yeah, like he had the whole like thing with Portal 2 where he said that it won't sell on PS3 specifically. And what did he had to eat some crow. He actually did. He admitted like, okay, yeah, Portal 2 did sell well on PlayStation 3.
Yeah, but once again, he still tried to also do with those Steam. Also, another thing was with the Steam boxes. To try to think that they thought it was trying to bridge the gap between console and PC gaming.
Was it the Steam Deck?
No, not the Steam Deck. That actually does look interesting. That really worked a lot better. The Steam box was basically like a simplified PC console.
Oh. But
yeah,
you know what? It's crazy. Like we're highlighting all these negatives, and fanboys would like defend it. Like
yeah, exactly the point.
Like when Horizon Forbidden West was coming out, before PlayStation was like, okay, if you get the PS4 version, you get a free update for the PS5 version. Then like right before release, they're like, okay, you got to pay $10 for the upgrade now. And normal people were like, no, you told us we get it for free. And fanboys were like, oh, it's fine, it's a great quality game.
No, I'm not saying that so far. From what I heard of the Burning Shores, I know, again, this is another example of, Sony or Western developers being woke as hell. Like, again, you make Aloy a flat out lesbian, even though personally I actually would rather have seen Aloy get together with this character in the game from the very first game named Varl. There was some good chemistry, at least between those two, at least. But I know they just flat out just gave him some random ass person that he fell in love with, apparently. But look, I'm sorry, but I like the idea of having a little bit of a romantic subplot. It's not the biggest part of the game, but just having that moment of character growth is, personally, I find that great.
I don't know. I mean, for me, Ayla was like the most boring character. That's why I actually sent the figure to you, because like I knew you still liked Horizon. See, the PS2 is the best PlayStation console in my opinion. Yeah, PS2 has some goated games.
Yeah, and basically, again, they were still releasing games even up until the PS4 started.
Wait, were they?
Yeah, I think like FIFA 2014 and Pro Evolution Soccer were the last two games ever released for the PlayStation 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But there's one fanboy I've always wanted to talk about is Harmon Smith.
Yeah,
and I know you've heard that name because I've ranted about him like quite a few times.
Yeah, no matter every podcast, every sort of podcast I've been on with you, yeah, you always brought him up. You always brought that guy up.
Not like just podcasts, but like just when we're like chilling and playing Titanfall 2.
Yeah, you always did. And tell everyone more or less about this Nintendo fanboy, this infamous Nintendo fanboy.
All right, so this Nintendrone, Harmon Smith, he is like a diehard Nintendo fanboy. And let me tell you, he was not happy when Baldur's Gate 1. Because Zelda was also in it, and like I'm okay with saying it, like Tears of the Kingdom is not as good as people are saying it is. But anyways, it was just basically almost an update of Breath of the Wild. And of course, Baldur's Gate 1 because it actually innovated the genre. But but if Zelda won Game of the Year, he'd be like, "Oh, great, happy." But when Baldur's Gate is like, "No, these awards don't even matter." And this dude, he's actually batshit insane sometimes, and he actually does books. He actually writes books, and they're terrible. They're awful. I recommend A Crab Named Heller. Look him up, and he does like a book reading of one of them. He does like a few chapters, and it's just awful. I think it was
Yeah.
Cruel and Beautiful. Oh
And this
man,
what again?
What was that?
What this was for? What again?
Harmon Smith.
Yeah, I know Harmon Smith, but he made some fan fiction or something.
Not fan fiction, just terrible books.
Oh, okay.
Apparently he does put apparently he does straight up copy was it No More Heroes. Like some of the plot in No More Heroes where like Travis Touchdown is trying to get laid.
Oh, yeah, weirdo otaku who basically somehow is trying to get with a chick who's way out of his league. Ironically enough, in one of my stories, I just wanted to make it a small like character note that this main character who's female is actually just like a fan of like most of the Suda51 games. She's like a massive fan of these games.
He is like that's where his name comes in. Harmon Smith is from a Suda51 game.
Oh.
Killer 7.
Oh, that's where I thought that name sounded familiar.
But anyways, the man he will downplay any FromSoft game because it's in competition with like any Nintendo game. He was like royally pissed that was it Resident Evil 4 remake wasn't coming out the Switch. Harmon, do you understand the Switch will probably blow up trying to run that game?
Exactly. I mean, again, look, a lot of last gen games and hell, maybe even games from like the 6th gen you could port onto the Switch and it'd be perfect and it would work perfectly.
Oh yeah, like the Portal games, they run beautifully on Switch, but they're of course a few years old.
And that's
a decade old actually.
And that's the same thing. I even know that like the first two Borderlands games in the pre-sequel from the Hansen collection, they're on Switch. So
I hear they're actually really good too.
Yeah, exactly. That's another game I'm gonna probably end up getting, and I think I'm probably gonna getting those games that I wish I could have got for Christmas. I think I'm gonna get this. That I'm definitely gonna get this Sunday. Is and now we can finally play more games other than Smash Bros together.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I'm so sorry that I disappointed you. If I did,
it's okay. I mean, Dread's gonna be interesting, but I know I've been like.
That's another game that runs so beautifully though. Like, it's smooth as butter.
Yeah, and I gotta say, look, personally, I know other than and how long it takes a little bit for the loading screens, but Bomber Cyberpunk is a great game. It's great.
Oh, that's good to hear. Like, I've been curious about it, but although there's a hard copy now.
Yeah, there is a hard copy of the game that I asked my sister to get me for Switch, and I mean now like I'm just glad though because come to now. I'm barely gonna like play my either of my like PS4 or my Xbox One. Other than the only game I can probably play is a lot of the games I already have they're single player only. But I can't play games like Grand Theft Auto Online or again I barely ever touch my Xbox. So it's just gonna be more or less just playing whatever I can on Switch, and just. That's it. I mean, it's just hard. It's just different because again, these services are way too expensive. I mean, at least Twitch's online is very reasonable. Just the only problem it has is the net code with certain games.
Twitch? You mean the streaming service?
No, I'm talking about on Switch.
Oh, Nintendo. Switch. Yeah. I was like, the fuck?
No, Twitch is another story, and we already know what's going on right there.
Gosh, yeah. The stupid shit, and I'm sure that has fanboys, you know.
Oh no, the whole place is crawling and it's run by Sims. Hell, even the guy, because you do know technically Switch is owned by Amazon.
Oh, Jeff Bezos.
Yes, he's one. I mean, William Shatner got to go into freaking space, and he was too busy popping champagne and spraying it all over his bimbo squad.
Anyways,
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
it's all right. We get off topic so easily.
yeah, tangents.
But yeah, I remember. It's weird how I discovered Harmon Smith too. It was like 2017. I couldn't go to sleep, and I was just scrolling through YouTube. Yeah, I know, great way to go fall asleep, I guess. And I just happened to stumble upon one of his videos. I was like, yeah, what the fuck? I don't remember which video it was, but then I went down the rabbit hole. I'm like, this guy's a loon, you know. He was definitely he also hates anyone that especially people that have credibility in terms of leaking information from Nintendo, specifically Nintendo. He's always like, oh, they're wrong. They've never been right when they have like the best track record ever. It was like I know one of them was like this NX time, so before the Switch was announced. It was like a year before the Switch was even announced.
Yeah,
and people were, it was codename NX.
Yep, exactly.
And he was like, there's no such thing as NX. It's all a lie. Look at all the Wii U games I have. Wii U is doing just fine when it wasn't. Wii U flopped Wii U harder than a fat man trying to dive into a swimming pool. Like, it flopped. Not as hard as the Virtual Boy, but it flopped.
Yes, exactly. The Wii was more profitable because it went for the casual market. The Wii U, it caused nothing but brand confusion. Everyone thought it was just an attachment for the original
It was a
Wii.
lot with the Wii U. There was so much that was wrong with the Wii U. Like, like you said, the marketing, the brand. Like, okay, so is it an add-on or is it a whole new console? Like, people that are not in the know will know that they can't tell the difference.
Exactly, and it looks so similar to the original Wii.
And then the whole stupid different versions, the white version and the black version, where the white version had less memory, it didn't come with the game and other accessories. When the deluxe one, which is the black, it had like 32 gigabytes. It came with Nintendo Land. It was just an all around better version for like $50 more, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly.
And it flopped. It like, here's the thing, even had a head start on PlayStation and Xbox by a year. It came out like 2012, I believe.
Yep.
And the Xbox One and PS4 launched 2013. It had a head start, and it still flopped.
Exactly. That's kind of what happens, and the same thing applied with the last generation. Like, again, because of Microsoft's Red Ring of Death. I mean, even though Sony had a head start, but that launch price was what doomed it from the start.
Oh, well, PlayStation 3 still came out on top. They just fixed things along the way.
Yeah, and the sales for both consoles kind of evened out at the end. They're sitting comfortably around 85 plus units.
PS3 wasn't a flop by any means, but compared to Xbox 360, I think 360 was better, especially performance-wise.
Yes.
I wish I played Sonic 06 on Xbox, but it turns out they updated the backwards compatibility after I did the whole playthrough on PlayStation 3. So
yeah,
again,
that was the most infamous thing ever conceived. And I mean, we already know all the damn memes. And hell, Josh Scorcher had literally the entire thing of the, that sort of like thing of that I am the very model of a modern major general, but it was with Sonic 06 for his top 10 Sega fails list.
Oh gosh.
It's too funny.
Was it Sonic fanboys are also just something else. I've noticed something.
Oh yeah, you noticed that one little screaming little kid.
Oh, Sonic, Sammy Classic Sonic or something fan.
I think
Frickin' Fricks.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, kid, you
He
probably need a straitjacket and a muzzle.
I he's actually a lot more mellow now. Like he's actually very chill and he regrets those videos.
Oh boy.
But you got to understand he was a kid. So it's a little bit more acceptable.
Yeah, so if you're an adult, if you're a full-grown adult doing this kind of stuff, it's just like, come on, guys. And I know, look, as much as the Sonic fan base is crazy, but I personally think that yeah, you gotta at least make the whole thing and make characters like Amy not some freaking total simp girlfriend. Like,
They actually did give her more development. I'm like she does still like Sonic, but it's not like to the degree.
yeah, where she literally is so obsessed with him that literally her anger, her love for him fuels her anger. Like again, it is the most overt we see of that crazy fangirl simping that she does is in the Sonic X anime.
Oh my gosh. But there's something I've noticed about like I made a link between Sonic and autism.
And that is
That's Chris Chan. And a lot of Sonic fans are just autistic.
no.
And
Oh
this is
no.
coming from a Sonic fan.
And yeah, look, I mean, I was never really much of a Sonic fan growing up. I mean, I never really. The only game I can say, once again, anyone who's watching, you're probably gonna crucify me for this, but the only real Sonic games I remember playing was Sonic Heroes, or at least the demo of Sonic Heroes, and Sonic Riders.
Sonic Riders is fun.
Yeah, it was decent. It was decent, but I gonna say, as a little kid, I never really got far. As an adult now, I could probably play through a lot of those levels easy.
And then Sonic Heroes is mixed. I
Yeah,
actually still have not completely beaten the game to this day just because the bonus levels are such ass. Like, just garbo.
yeah, exactly.
But
It,
it's weird, especially like this. There's like Sonic Forces fans, like hardcore fans. I'm like, how can you like this boring, disgusting abomination of Sonic? I
I can think
actually
of some
rather
person
play.
who probably thought that it was one of the greatest games ever. I can think of I can think of one person. I think we already know. Killzone, if you're still watching, I think you know who I'm talking about. He would never stop. And heck, even when I was still hanging around him, like the GTA crew he created, yeah, it was basically based around Sonic the Hedgehog.
Dude, I
So
actually rather play Sonic 06. I'd rather play Sonic 06 than Sonic Forces. Because
yeah.
Sonic 06 actually gives me some kind of joy and feeling. Sonic Forces, nothing.
It is a very much of a watching calamity. The glitchy graphics do important, just the lack of sanity.
Like Sonic Forces is the most boring game. Like they messed up like the classic Sonic segments. How do you screw that up? And then like
Who knows?
it's just a boring game in general, nothing great. Oh, you could customize your character and make your own OC be a reality. It's like, yeah, that's where the cringe comes in. See, Sonic games are
Yep.
50-50. You don't know if you're getting a good game or a bet or not.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, Sonic Frontiers was decent. I actually like Sonic Frontiers. I've been wanting to play the DLC that came out.
Exactly. Now, what now? Other than that, we already know the Sonic fan bases, but yeah, we already have
Oh,
what the your best game you had for Armin Smith.
oh,
You had
PlayStation
yeah
fanboys.
you,
They
yeah you you have three different types of fanboys: Nintendrones, Xbots, and Sony ponies, as
Oh
they're
my
all
gosh, I
called.
think that's my favorite one. But let me tell you about PlayStation fanboys. They are like the best amount of like salt makers. You know, when you want salt, just watch us like a reaction to a Sony pony. It's incredible. Especially when Elden Ring won last year, over God of War. Oh my gosh, the salt flowed.
Well, guys, I'm sorry, but look, I'm getting tired of, like I said, the whole thing about about these exclusivity deals. Look, if something, I honestly would rather be fine with the whole time exclusive things, because at least if it was time exclusive, eventually the other consoles and other platforms were gonna get it eventually.
I hate that Bloodborne is not like on other consoles. People need to more people need to play that masterpiece.
Yeah, and I should say too, but I mean, you got, I mean, for people who are on PC, you got the Bloodborne demake.
Oh, that's a very cool uh that's a very cool one.
Yeah, you got the demake, so that's a really good.
Good thing it
Really
isn't like Bloodborne isn't owned by Nintendo, because they'd be having that shit taken down ASAP.
Yep, exactly the point. And that's the reason why when people create fan games, that should be an example of, oh, you guys created this game? How about you guys come and work for us? That's what Sega did with Sonic Mania. But no, like all the damn Nintendo fan games are Shadows of Shadows
Oh, there
of
was a
Lilac.
really cool Link's Awakening PC port
Yes,
that
I
was
saw
made, and it was like buttery smooth. It didn't like do the transition thing like in classic Zelda games. It was like all one sequence. You could like make the map go as far as possible, and it's like, oh my gosh, it looks so cool. And Nintendo shuts it. Was it AM2R? They shut that down.
Yep.
Later to find out they were making their own Metroid 2 remake.
Yeah, and that's another thing though. Again, going back to Josh Scorcher, his like Nintendo fails list, and it is honestly amazing, especially how he did that section. All right, AM2 Samus Return, please face wall.
But of course Harmon Smith was like, yeah, that's what they get for stealing. It's like, they weren't, they're just fans. Like, that's why you give Sega like so much credit. They actually work with those people.
Yeah,
Like, they end up making Sonic Mania. It was so awesome.
exactly. That's the gold standard. If you got people, because guess what? Sometimes you gotta understand the companies. You gotta understand this. We are very passionate about these properties. We love these games. We love to preserve history as it was being made. And yeah, I know some of these games have all sadly been lost to time. And again, like even the source code for games like the original House of the Dead was lost, and they had to completely remake the entire old first game, which
Shit.
again is sad. Which is very, very sad, because I think it looks I honestly think it looks terrible.
So back to the Sony ponies, right? For this year, with Baldur's Gate winning over Spider-Man. Ooh, I've been loving the jokes on them.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
They were nominated for a lot of awards, but they didn't win a single one.
someone told me their track record of how many times they've been nominated for awards, but gotten like none of them. And
Didn't
it's
God
like,
of War win? Didn't God of War win like 2020?
yeah, it won over Red Dead Redemption. No, it wasn't 2020. That was Last of Us.
Oh, right.
They
won.
won.
No, it was 2019.
It was 2018 when
right.
Yeah, when the reboot came out. But it's funny how the Sony ponies were like, they're against PlayStation. It's like, well, guys, you've won the most amount of game awards. Like, most Game of the Years are PlayStation games.
Yeah, Last of Us unfortunately was robbed, but I honestly was.
Last of Us could go die in a hole. It's still awards from Doom Eternal and Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes, that was definitely Game of the Year 2020 for me. It definitely was.
Oh, Doom Eternal was like, it was no contest. There were games that were fun, but Doom Eternal, damn.
Yeah, personally, I thought Ghost of Tsushima was Game of the Year 2020.
Yeah, it even won Player's Choice.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, personally, I know I haven't played the deal. I never haven't played the DLC yet. But again, it is still.
But
I honestly still think it was the best game ever, especially the part when the character escapes, like when Jin Sakai escapes, and his horse gets shot with arrows. I honestly shed tears at that scene, as did a lot of people who probably played this game.
I died I died. I teared up when Taka got killed. I was like, damn,
Yes.
they killed my boy Taka.
Yeah. Sorry,
Last
going
of
on a small
Us
tangent.
1 is good. I only put like 2 hours into it, and I hated the gameplay.
I'm sorry, but personally, I know. People have told me that, yeah, you should play this game. Yeah, if everyone keeps saying you should play it, I think it's probably, and you're not, and this game is not interesting. Honestly, The Last of Us is by far, absolutely has to be the most overrated game in history.
I would tell that to a PlayStation fanboy. Like, I want to like just embody Salt saying
No,
that.
I would say that to everyone who literally gives praise to freaking Neil Cuckman himself.
But
even though literally we all know that infamous scene that I probably bet we all know he loves being crushed.
My favorite joke about the Spider-Man shit not winning is like there's one dude, he was playing like Baldur's Gate and pretending like he's a Sony PlayStation fanboy, right? And he's like mashing the button, like he's mashing the attack button that would be in Spider-Man. He's like, why is he not doing anything? Why is he not punching everyone automatically?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I thought I got honestly passed on Marvel. I honestly passed on that game.
I'm still gonna play it because I still like Spider-Man, despite all the stupid shit in it. Because I still want to know the story, and like I want to get another easy platinum trophy. Although I don't know how hard it is going to be really, but because like the first one from 2018, I think it was 2018 or 17. It was 2018, September. See, really hated Last of Us 2. Many people do. Sony fanboys definitely like. I swear they pretend to like that game.
Yeah, and I know the same person who I know we're not. I don't even want to mention his damn name again because he's such an asshole and an idiot. That I'm pretty sure he literally would honestly would want to peg that muscle
Abby?
himself.
Abbyzilla?
Yes. I know full well I'm pretty sure he fantasized ever since that game came out. I'm pretty sure he fantasized about wanting to peg that chick. Weirdo.
You're making me think of a Flash Gets joke from there's special ed Harry Potter classes. It's like funny as shit. The teacher comes out, like, "What are you doing, Jeremy?" I'm drawing me pegging Abby. But no, it was like he's drawing Harry Potter Harry Potter helping Harriet Tubman save the slaves.
Oh my god.
It was incredible.
Oh, can you feel the cringe from that?
No, dude, you need to watch it. Flash Kids is actually the most like talent. Like they are fucking hilarious. They don't pull their punches. Like their jokes are amazing, especially the Warhammer Marines against furries. It's amazing.
Oh boy.
Like they have this whole crusade to kill all the furries.
Look, I know. Obviously, I do not. I know I freaking despise furries, but yeah,
It's funny. It's legitimately funny.
Well, I know. I don't really care because I don't really care. You would not. I wouldn't know a single damn thing about Warhammer 40K, and
I don't know either.
If someone says, "Oh yeah," I'd probably be stuck in a room for hours, and it probably would have ended with a lot of blood splattering on the floor. Given how annoyed I'd be having someone talking their ear off about Warhammer.
I have a friend that really loves Warhammer, and he sends me lore videos. I'm like, this shit's confusing.
Exactly,
I'm a basic bitch here. Like when it comes to Warhammer, I'm like, oh, those dudes look really cool. I kind of want to like shoot shit. Like Bolt Gun is a Warhammer game, right? That game is really fun. It's a boomer shooter, and it's super fun.
Hmm. Yeah, but I mean the exact same thing as Power Rangers, but I know the whole point about just the fact that we have all these Sony ponies, just like I know with all the salt wounds, and we already talked about Armin Smith and
Yeah,
how much
J
he's like
Dub. Dude, did
he's
I ever like? I don't think I've ever. Actually, no. Did you ever hear? There was like a time where there's no God of War release date for a while. Like it was for Ragnarok.
okay.
And people, the fanboys were sending dick pics to the developers to see if they could get a release date.
Oh my
I'm not joking when I say this.
God! Why?
I'm
Why?
sure it was J Dub too.
Oh my God! Just why? Look, those don't work on chicks. Those do not work on chicks.
Did you see the blue hair bitch that was in the last one? But and then oh my gosh, that was the funniest one I heard. I'm like, you guys are just mentally insane.
Like, just oh my God! I honestly want to vomit again. Just why?
They just want to send some joysticks. Killzone's like, what the fuck, lol. But Dreamcast guy, he's definitely a Sony pony. Like he,
yeah.
he pretends he's not, but he really is.
Yeah, the only reason why I subscribed to him in the first place was really because of his top 10 Thursdays, which he stopped doing.
Like, let me tell you, like, especially when Starfield was coming out, and then like the whole Xbox acquisition, like he was following that shit, and he constantly embarrassed himself during that whole kerfuffle. Especially like, he was like, "Do you think it will go through?" And like his audience was like, "Yes," and he was like constantly saying no, and like it happened, it went through. There was like there's a lot of coverage on him. I highly recommend British Potatoes videos on him. Those are funny as hell. And then there was like during the whole Starfield, he was really downplaying that game before it even came out. Now I had no interest to begin with, so I wasn't like too like okay, whatever. I was just like, okay, it's like you're not excited because it's not coming on PlayStation. It's stupid. And I mean, look at it. It's midfield.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, it's just like again, it really looks really bad. But I mean, it's the same. It's made on the same engine that they made like the last several several Elder Scrolls games on. Yes, and even Fallout 4, they made it on the Creation engine.
Yeah, I mean, they've been using the same engine since Skyrim, I think. See, All Starfield is Fallout in space.
No, I think they've been using the damn thing still since maybe Morrowind or even Oblivion, I think that's as far back as it goes.
But then it's like, at the same time, the Xbox fanboys were like, Starfield's going to be the best fucking game ever. And it's like, why? Because it's just coming onto Xbox only? And, well, I guess also PC, where it'll be better on PC.
Exactly.
Like, PC, it ran 60 frames per second. And then, I think unlocked? I could be wrong about the unlock part, but it was 60 frames per second. While on Xbox, its home console, 30 frames per second.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, though. I know we don't know how much people meme like PC gamers, but yeah, they do have. There's a lot of good stuff you can do with PC.
At least PC gamers could back it up. Yeah, there's those obnoxious PC elites that they do exist. But at least PC gamers, they could actually back up their shit. They could like show their stats and whatnot. You know?
Yeah, and I mean, again, and guess what? You're not comfortable using a keyboard and mouse. You can plug up any controller, and boom, you're good to go.
I know.
You can still play the game very smooth, 60 FPS or higher, and you can still play. And you can adjust the graphic settings to your liking, so you can make sure the frame rate goes well enough. I personally would rather just have a game at maybe 720 to 1080p, 60 FPS. But that's just me. I don't care about this.
I'm someone that likes performance over graphics.
Yes.
Like
At least
Doom Eternal's PS5 patch, you could actually choose whether you want performance over graphics. Same with the Ghost Runner games.
Yeah, you can do the exact same thing with Mass Effect Legendary Edition on PS4.
Oh, really? They have that feature on PS4 too?
Yeah, they had that. Yeah, I have. And again, once again, it was really fun just playing back through the game with all the DLC. And I'm glad I finally grabbed a physical copy because again, because you already know I got it and it was connected to my PS Plus. So when it runs, if it ran out, so yeah, I basically be SOL of not being able to play it.
Hey,
So
that's awesome, you know.
Yeah,
Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, plus physical copy was like $20, so was not really much in the way though. So now I have some stuff, and I now got at least a fairly decent Switch library now, and I know there's like a couple of original Xbox games I probably need to track down, and not like I just need to get a version where it's just the disc. So I already have like a ring binder or like a disc binder. I can put all those things in along with a few other original Xbox and 360 discs I have.
Yeah, like my Xbox collection is like definitely the smallest collection. So it's like, I mean, I still need to play Wanted Dead on it. I got that for like $15 from Black Friday. But yeah. See, most games on PS5 can choose performance mode. Yeah, I love that option. Evil West, I definitely did that, but it still tanks badly.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, though. I mean, but the only problem is, I know a few years ago you probably could easily have acquired and built and had a good piece you could build for like the equivalency of a console. But now, like because of all those damn crypto farming schemes that people did with buying up a fuck ton of graphics cards, the scarcity of a lot of PC parts nowadays, it's almost impossible to get into it now because the graphics cards. I mean, I'm pretty sure even like some of the top of the line ones go for at least like a grand for just one.
Yeah, the graphics cards would be expensive. I know Griffin Gaming, like he defended the whole like price hike for one of the graphics cards that like barely had any difference from a previous version.
Yeah.
And I think it was almost as big as an Xbox One S.
Yeah, and I know, and that's another thing. The one other thing I really cannot stand about PC gaming nowadays is that what is with the RGB lighting? What is it really there for except to look very gaudy and shiny and probably run up your damn electric bill tenfold?
That's actually another Flash Gets joke. Like, dude, I'm not kidding. Like, they like made the P like they always do like these console war animations. And it has like the consoles being like the fighters, the PlayStations are like their limbs are like controllers. So it's like PlayStation against Xbox. And then like this they made the PC gamers like the pompous assholes with long flowing hair and like major muscles.
I've seen the photo of the PC Master.
And he's like, console peasants.
Yep, exactly. But once again, like RGB lighting. I'm sorry, I care about functionality, not aesthetics.
There's sometimes they're really cool. When they like have an actual cohesive theme, where they have like something going on inside with like figures and whatnot. Like I've seen some cool Doom ones. Like I love those.
Yeah, and I understand, but even then, another thing is I'd rather just get one. But even now, they don't. A lot of these things don't. You can't even like put in a swappable disk drive. They don't even sell disk drives anymore. You can just pop into a PC now.
Oh, excellent, Killzone.
which I really, really would like because I got a vast DVD collection, and I would love to play my movies on my PC. I just love to
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
I have like a serious movie collection too, and I use like the PlayStation 5 to watch my movies.
Yeah, and either that or I have to get like one of those one of those universal DVD remotes. I really think it's kind of ridiculous you having to use the controller
I
to
mean, I
play
got used to it after a long time, although like they've changed it a couple times each iteration, where like circle is paused for some reason. That throws me off every time still.
Hmm.
And then like when I go to like Netflix, Amazon, whatever, X is pause.
Yeah.
By the
And
way, did you ever see that Johnny Cage movie?
I kind of skimmed through it a little bit. I need to really sit down and watch all the way through it. I definitely watched Snowblind all the way through. It was actually pretty decent.
Snowblind is actually my favorite. Like, I legitimately like Mortal Kombat Snowblind the most. I think it has like the best story out of all of them.
Well, I mean, Battle of the Realms. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would have got it. It would have like. I think it would have catered to a person who's a 6th-gen Mortal Kombat fan like me, because I really love the deep lore of those games and of the original timeline. I love all the lore, like the idea of the one being, the Chaos Realm,
Oh
and
shit!
stuff
So
like
that's
that.
all like 6th gen shit. I because I wasn't around. Like I didn't play Mortal Kombat until like 2015.
So until you play Mortal Kombat X. Yeah,
I played Mortal
again.
Kombat 9 first.
Yeah, I mean, but again, my exposure to the franchise was the original 1995 movie, and then I didn't play the games until about 2002 with Deadly Alliance, and I played Deception, which my sisters absolutely love because I think my sisters one of my sisters really loved Puzzle Combat the most.
It's like not the main game, the side game. That's where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, it actually added to the replayability of those games. And sure, it was probably also the first Mortal Kombat game they actually took online.
Oh
You could
shit,
play,
was
yeah,
it?
for the original Xbox and PS2. Yeah, you could play these games online. You could play those games. You could play Mortal Kombat Deception and Mortal Kombat Armageddon online.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And of course, I think Armageddon had like the create a fighter thing that has sadly never returned in any future Mortal Kombat games. That was something I would love to see return. But again, I really do not even know where the hell the damn
Well,
franchise is
you
going
know what they'll
anymore.
do
I
nowadays.
gave
Make
up.
like every costume, like cool costume shit to be like you have to pay for it.
Or again, in the case of the DLC characters, they just make it all. They just make half the damn roster just freaking guest characters, and not like have and have very few Mortal Kombat characters be DLC. And I mean, say what you will about DLC. I mean, having maybe one or maybe two guest characters is fine, but it's just you are real. But it makes me wonder. I know somebody made like a Mugen like a horror fighting game with all the major horror icons like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Chucky, all of them. Seriously, NetherRealm, why don't you get the licenses for all those characters
That would be
and
so cool.
make an official horror themed fighting game? We all know you want to if you really are buying the freaking licenses for all these characters. Just do it. Hell, I'm pretty sure you own like I'm pretty sure you own at least like maybe 3 or 4 of them, like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Michael Myers. I think I don't really know.
I
I don't
mean,
know
I
what.
think the best guest character still is Spawn.
Yeah, well, I know. I didn't get the DLC. I got tired of Mortal Kombat 11 because I thought the story was just fucking stupid.
Oh, the story was so damn stupid. It was better in one. One actually has a decent story. It's kind
Yeah.
of a weird one though because it's like it's a
No.
continuation but also a reboot. It's like a soft reboot, really.
Yeah. Again, still really do not like this whole like reboot timeline. This is the second time they've done it, and this is why I've just noped out. I'm done with the Mortal Kombat franchise. I'm done with it now. I'm done.
You done. Normal.
Yes, I'm done with Mortal Kombat.
Oh, nah, funny because Arnie. Well, the guy that looked like it looked like Arnie, but didn't sound like Arnie.
Yeah, well, Dark Fate was
See,
also another subpar film, and we all know that. I mean, again, Hollywood just knows
PS3
that the
version of
game.
Mortal Kombat 9 had Kratos as a playable
Yes,
character. That was pretty cool.
yes, exactly. But here's the thing, though. That's where you actually could have where Microsoft should have took advantage of
They
that.
actually did try that. It was going to be Marcus Phoenix, but I think they ran out of time or something, or it was like the
Oh, they
rights.
were. I mean, that would have been cool to see a damn Hammer of Dawn fatality perform. That would have been so freaking cool to see. I mean, yeah, you have two of the goriest characters from two respective franchises on different consoles, but I see the gold standard for having guest characters was Soul Calibur 2. You had Link for the
Oh
game.
yeah, with the different versions. I know Link was. I actually have Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube, and
Yeah,
I
you had
have
Link for
it
that
as
version.
Link.
You had Spawn for Xbox, and you had Heihachi from Tekken for
Excuse me.
PlayStation 2. So yeah, that's how you did guest characters. You had each one have an
I
exclusive character for each platform.
it is pretty cool, but I could like after I understand why Mortal Kombat stopped doing that because especially like if they were going for the crossplay, if PlayStation and Xbox play with each other, it's like, well, we can't even get these damn characters,
Yeah, that's true. That's
and
true.
make it like I'm sure like copyright is like doing the paperwork is absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it is a nightmare. But yeah, they probably. I mean, Epic Games probably had no qualm because at this point they have a lot of FU money because they can
Oh,
literally
like
they can literally buy any freaking character and put it in Fortnite.
the thing is like a company will be stupid to reject an offer from Epic Games to put a character in Fortnite.
Uh, oh great. Yeah, and
Like,
guess what? All that's gonna do is cause more brand confusion for those damn youngins. They're gonna think, oh, I've seen that character. That character's in Fortnite.
oh my gosh,
And
seeing
that's
Kratos do some like cringy dance. Same with the Doom Slayer.
and Master Chief and Rick and Morty and all the Dragon Ball Z characters. Oh my god, it's
I just don't understand like the hero characters like Batman having being able to hold a gun. It's like, well, that Batman's against that.
Well, once again, this is their stupid thing because these kids are just very dumb, and it's a really ridiculous kiddie game. That's what it is. Same thing with Roblox.
It's like it has its audience, but just stop. I thought Smash Brothers had like probably the most crazy amount of paperwork to deal with, but no, that Fortnite takes the cake, and then makes another one takes that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then like I know Phil likes Fortnite.
Oh boy. Yeah, I put a like a little I made a freaking I made a little meme about him. I actually made like 3 or 4 memes the night before.
I know the
think
one.
one of them's on one of them's on, I put one of them on my I think I posted one of them on my Twitter page.
I need to see them.
Yeah, well I saw you can look on my Twitter and see one of them. It's like the whole thing about Game of the Year is pretty funny. At least to me it's funny.
But
And I have another one I can DM to you later, or I can send it to you through here a little bit later. But yeah, that whole thing is that. But let's move on to or we already talked about the Xbox.
we haven't really talked much about Xbox, like other than like they were really hyping up Starfield, and then them being very sour about Starfield not being nominated for Game of the Year. But honestly, they're decently tamed, other than a couple. Uh, there's one dude called Crap Gamer. He's a bit of a unique one, right?
Oh yes, I've heard and seen this guy.
Because he started out as an Xbox fanboy, went to PlayStation because the Xbox One era wasn't the greatest, and then he went to so after that he went to PlayStation, and apparently he went back to Xbox. So at that point, just embrace all gaming.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. But these people are all complete
There
freaks.
was there was one that like threatened some people with a gun, like he had an actual gun in the camera.
Oh my god.
Like it was like okay,
Oh yeah. Oh yes. That's what. Oh. That guy's gonna shoot me through. Gonna shoot me through
I
my computer screen. Oh, I'm so scared.
I think that was E-Rock.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I'm not very great with names, especially in terms of Xbots. Like
Okay.
they're like the salt from Xbox is like few and far between.
Yeah, but still, it's just the same thing. I mean, the only way you would ever get me to play Fortnite is if you actually you tie me to a chair and you put a gun to my head. In fact, you know what? I'm actually gonna hope you actually get charged for murder because you wanted someone to play a video game that someone had no freaking interest in to begin with.
I
So
only
yeah,
played it like twice when it first came out of curiosity, and then like one time on the Switch.
eh. Well, I know the only thing is my only taste of playing a battle royale was Apex, and I absolutely hated that game too.
Yeah. I mean, I did enjoy some Warzone. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't like Battle Royale just because I always get dealt a bad hand.
Oh, it's always a thing, and I honestly do not see the appeal of it. Again, bring
I
back the
can see
types
the
of shooters.
appeal,
Bring back.
but I just
I
don't like
mean,
it.
I personally thought Splitgate was a much better game.
Oh,
Personally,
Splitgate's great. It was just a really stupid move to release it right before Halo Infinite.
yeah, that was true. I mean, the PC gamers had it for a while, and now I think like 1037 games. I think they're working on a brand new project.
I think it was 1047.
Oh, okay, 1047. Sorry.
I know, it's like just a minute little thing, but it's like, eh.
Yeah, it is.
But I can't wait for what they're gonna announce.
Yeah. And I guess maybe that's all. That's all we really got to say about fanboys. I mean, we all know
I
they're
mean,
all.
it's crazy. I mean, there's even more stories about like, see, I'm sick of battle royale games. I mean, the trend has died down. It has died down. Now it's roguelike, I think is the trending because God of War Ragnarok got their update. That's what the whole Valhalla update is. It's a roguelike. And then Metal Hellsinger got a roguelike update or DLC. It's actually pretty cool because you get to select the songs you want to be playing during like your session of roguelike. Oh, and the new songs, 2 out of 3 kick ass. Was it? If you want to hear them, it's "Swallow the Fire" and "Morning Star." Goodbye, my Morning Star. I think I scared Jet away. He flew
No,
off.
no, I'm still here. I'm just setting thing up. I'm gonna be joining Potato Rev on his channel in about another 30 minutes or so.
Ah, well, we're just keeping each other company then. But what else crazy shit? Like they've been defending Insomniac with the
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
with the leaks that happened.
Yes. And like again, still that same thing you said about those dudes trying to send those D pics, which again, why would you even do that? I don't care if you do that even in dating, just why?
But
Why would you want to send pictures of yourself? Seriously. If I wanted to see those things, those tatas on you, I would
fun
I actually would.
bags.
I'm actually hoping that we're gonna, do it. I don't want to see a picture of them. If I could literally, you could literally find a picture of a person of a chick's tatas anywhere you can. Sorry, or fun bags. I don't know why. I don't know what to really say about this because YouTube is really screwed with this stuff.
I just embrace anarchy. But
yeah, but again,
it was like they've been saying that. Oh man, people really want to know what Sony is up to, so that's why they hack them more than Xbox. It's like So you're really saying this is a good thing?
Yeah.
The fact that even their freaking like employee names are getting out.
But they don't care. They really want these people to actually. They want to think they can hold these people at gunpoint, so they can say, "Yeah, give us what we want." That is not the way to get them to listen, guys. How about you learn a little thing called patience and actually wait for these games for whatever these games to be announced or
it
come
revealed
out.
a lot of stuff though. Like, man, PlayStation's up to stupid shit. Like, apparently, like the third Spider-Man game is gonna be like 3 parts and like full price a piece.
Oh my, nope, I'm done.
There's gonna be like a Venom game, kind of like in the same vein as like Miles Morales, where like it was just like a over like blown DLC that gets a physical copy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I mean, it's like, why don't you just make Venom more playable in the main game? That's what I heard. Like, you only get to play as him once. And like, I remember when a friend came over years ago, and he brought Ultimate Spider-Man for the GameCube, and oh my gosh, that was the most fun game I've ever played on GameCube in terms of like a Spider-Man game. It was my first Spider-Man game, really.
Yeah, but, that one's the one that's a little more shell shaded, right?
Yeah, because the GameCube, like the GameCube was actually it was actually more powerful than an Xbox. It's just that the discs were really stupid.
Yeah, there was those little mini discs. I can't believe people actually thought those were actually going to be a thing.
It wasn't really that people were thinking it was a thing, because it was Nintendo's first time going disc-based, so to avoid piracy, they made the disc that way.
Yeah, it made them proprietary. Same thing with the damn PS Vita Sony cards, or their own branded
what's
cards.
Funny is that the PS Vita is the most easily jailbroken game, to the point like you could emulate games on it.
Yep, and that's the whole thing. But that's the whole thing. Piracy and jailbreaking is what gives Sony and Microsoft, and especially Nintendo, a freaking heart attack.
I actually support emulation because it preserves games.
Yes, that's the whole point of why things are, and that's the reason why we all love this stuff. Back to the why you should trust the fans with stuff like this.
The thing is, they're not making money off of it. Like, they're not charging people for it. They're just preserving the games they refuse to give. Like, Nintendo is like, finally, after 20 plus years, they're giving us a remake for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
Exactly.
Which, mind you, is $180 to play on GameCube.
Yeah, because it's a much older and it's a much rarer game, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
But I mean, it's sold well, so I mean, you should probably get it for maybe at least $5 at a thrift store somewhere.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, there are certain games that I would, but even there are certain games I really would love to be backwards compatible. Like I've said during the Game Awards, I want Jet Set Radio Future to be backwards compatible, and
it's just that it's in licensing hell because of the music tracks in the game.
Yeah, some of them, but some of the tracks in there. Oh yeah, because I know one of them, and hell, I think the guy who did one of the songs in Jet Set Radio Future, the guy of a lead singer of Scapegoat Wax, he actually.
People have the Wii to play all Wii and GameCube and other games. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
See, but yeah, I understand the whole copyright thing, but it's can you at least make it backwards compatible, then have it update to where it won't have those tracks, and then have original tracks? Although probably they don't have the source code anymore.
Probably. Yeah, just if they lost the source code, it's another example of I mean, they released the original the original Jet Grind Radio or Jet Set Radio
I mean,
for
they
the
are
for
making
like
a
for
new
like
Jet
for like
Set
three.
Radio. They made like it was a whole announcement in the Game Awards, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But I mean, also Hideki Namanuma, he was heavily involved in Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and I'm gonna tell it to you straight. All the tracks in that game, they slap. They are
Oh,
all.
do they
They're
really?
all
Because the
oh yeah.
music that they chose for the trailer kind of sucked. I was like, what is this shit? I want to be hyped.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if somebody played all these songs in a club. You really could get me. You really would get me on the dance floor and dancing like a total dumbass. just like how people I'm pretty sure anyone who wasn't really a fan of EDM back in the day, you play like the original Mortal Kombat or anything from like from the Blade soundtrack. I'm pretty sure you probably would have got a whole bunch of people dancing on the dance floor. That would have been like completely obvious.
I
But
know, like, No More Heroes has a pretty good soundtrack.
yeah, and I know one thing exactly. Another thing about why I wanted to make it a little bit of a plot point in one of the stories I'm writing is that again the main character, that song by Ginky Rockets that's called Heavenly Star. That's like probably considered my character probably considers that her internal soundtrack. That even if she's listened to it 100 times over, she literally can just she'll literally just sit around just humming the song to herself from time to time.
The permanent earworm.
Yes, for her it is. Yes, it is. And I mean, personally, I really do like that song.
I forgot what it sounded like, but I remember liking it when you had me look it up.
Yeah. But yeah, it is from No More Heroes. Yeah, that one song that I think you can hear in the background when Sylvia's around. I think.
Yeah, that's right. I need to get back into No More Heroes. I actually have physical copies before limited games turned very lame.
Oh yeah, but I thought the original No More Heroes games were done by Platinum Games.
No, it's on Grasshopper.
Oh right. Yeah, and Grasshopper also did.
They made
they
let's
did
see.
Shadows of the Damned, and also they did Lollipop Chainsaw.
Which that blew my mind because I was at the game store. They actually had a copy of Lollipop Chainsaw, and I was like, damn. And like I was buying tools for work and then Christmas gifts. I'm like, fuck, I can't do it. And I missed my opportunity. Yeah. And I'm like, for the longest time, for some reason, I thought it was Platinum Games that made it because Platinum Games is so damn over the top.
Yeah, but like I said though, it's just like some things are just like, it's just like, yeah, it just shows how freaking weird Japan can be, and of course,
I love Japan, how it, like just embraces weird shit.
Yeah, and I know Suda is also, but I think oddly enough, I think I made it a point in the story that my character actually did not like. That's like one of the only games from Suda that she actually did not really like was Lollipop Chainsaw.
I really want to play that game. I just wanted the absurdity.
Yeah, and I mean, again, like you could even say the idea that I thought, no, when my character like is talking to, like, who's the person who's her love interest, but also the dual protagonist of the story. She actually refers to Travis Touchdown. If he was a real person, she basically would consider her future husbando.
See, I got Mad World for the Wii. Ooh, I hear that's a good game.
Oh yeah.
I see it at my game store the whole time, and I actually been contemplating and picking it up. What's funny is that the people that wrote the story for that game also wrote Sonic Colors and Happy Tree Friends.
Oh, okay.
What a weird like
resume.
Bit of whiplash right there, you know? It's like, oh yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, and then Happy Tree Friends and Mad World.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we've ripped on fanboys enough for one night. I think we need to. I think we should probably try to wrap this up. I gotta go into this.
Oh yeah, you do. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Take care. Have a go and subscribe if you want to. Jet, do you have anything to plug? What are you up to?
Well, I'm not doing anything on my channel, but please go and find me on Potato Revan's channel. I'll be hanging out with him for, well, since it's the holidays, and plus I think I just recently found out my own family have come down with COVID
Dear,
again.
dear.
Yeah, I know. Even though they got the vaccine, but apparently now it's like it's out there in the wild now. It's pretty much replaced the seasonal flu at this point. But they're all sick, but they're sick, but they're slowly recovering. But I know it's just like I'm like too cleaned out to even travel to see them for the holidays. So I'm gonna be stuck. I'm gonna be stuck here. But yeah, I'm gonna be hanging out. I mean, I'm still not even sure. Even moving into the new year, I'm not sure what I'm really gonna try to do in terms of content on my channel because I'm just kind of stuck. But I'm just trying
In
to focus
limbo?
on. Yeah, I'm in limbo, but I'm still trying to focus on the thing that obviously I actually truly see as my future, and that is writing. And I have a whole bunch of writing streams on my channel. So if you are a person who's interested in writing, yeah, go check those out. If you want me to do more writing streams, or you want to like collaborate with me on like some sort of like writing sort of like panel or storytelling panel, just hit me up. Hit me up on Twitter and just find me there, or just find me on my YouTube channel and just watch my stuff at JetSparks373.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Take care. Have a go and subscribe if you want to. See you tomorrow for Step Into the Ring.
And I'm definitely looking forward for that.
Oh, yeah. Take care, everyone. Bye.